The MEL rework is finally on the PB, so let's take a look at every change and compare them to her current version. There are a lot of very significant changes here, so let's go over everything. For base stats, they are increasing her attack speed ratio. Be very happy and treasure this change if you are a MEL player, because we are going over 50 nerfs next. For the passive, they are nerfing the overwhelm projectile damage and also reducing the visual clutter by no longer displaying the passive marks on non-champions for enemies. So if you play against her, you won't see her mark on every minion she hits. For Q, the area will be better telegraphed visually and have a ring around it so it's easier to see it and know how to move out of it. The cast time will be longer, the projectile speed will be lower, explosion radius and area spread are reduced, the damage type will now be an AoE dot so it won't reset Arcane Comet so fast, but there are some buffs too. The channel time is a bit faster, so you shoot out all the rockets out quicker after the initial longer cast time, mana cost is reduced and minion damage won't be lowered anymore but just be 100% instead of 75%. And it has a new effect on it. It now deals additional damage the first time an explosion hits a target, but the subsequent hits deal less. So it's harder to hit and easier to dodge, but it can do more damage than before, especially since just hitting the first missile will deal more damage than before. W is the biggest change and what most people complained about. It no longer grants the full damage immunity while it's up, instead it will give a shield that scales with 60% of her AP and a base value that stays on her just for the period of when W is active. It does not linger. But it will still reflect almost all enemy champion projectiles. Physical damage reflected is reduced by 30% before magic damage conversion, and as for the change in deflection, some abilities will just be destroyed now rather than deflected when they are not targeting her directly. Those are for some AoE abilities, and it's not a lot of them. Just Katarina's ultimate, Brand's E, Ryze's E, Samira's Q, and Yunara's Q, and they only get destroyed if they are not directly targeting her, but also targeting allies around you. And for the compensation buff here, the movement speed when using the ability is increased from 30% to 40%, and the decaying move speed effect also lasts longer. It's a big change and the shield will definitely not be as good as the immunity, especially since it lasts so little time. Though you could prevent more damage with it now, like tower damage, and it does add up to a bit in late game when you have some AP to scale it up with. As for the E, guess what? They nerfed this too. It has a smaller missile radius, remains active less time at the end of travel, the dot radius also got reduced and so did the cast range, but the projectile speed, route duration, damage and damage per second all got increased a bit. The ultimate is the only ability that didn't get any changes so far, though we could see more by the time this hits live. The changes will hit live in the next patch of the year, and overall what they aim at this is to reduce player frustration when playing against MEL by giving more counterplay opportunities apart from just banning her. If you hate playing against MEL, you should be happy, and if you are a MEL main, I'm sorry. Maybe they will give her more compensation buffs if her win rate drops to 20% after this, but they want her to not be so annoying to lane against, and for her ban rate to not still be this high so long after her release. But let me know what you think about the changes, and if you are happy or sad with them. Leave a like or I will nerf your minions, and thanks for watching. Meow!